Hey guys, coach slash teacher Amber here. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing amazing. In the last video, I talked about the 3 simple steps to referring teachers. So I talked about meet as many people as you can, tell them you're a VIP kid teacher, and offer to help them. So in these next few videos, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into each one of those. So the first one is to meet as many people as possible and attract people to you so that people want to connect. And so you can do that by being authentic, which might feel, if it's not something that you normally do, if you're not normally talking to strangers or saying hi to everybody or going places and meeting people and really maybe just sticking to people that you know, then it probably will feel uncomfortable. I know for me, definitely, it has felt uncomfortable because it was something that's new for me. I would go places and not engage in conversation, maybe not say anything more than hi, or ask cashiers or anybody I saw anything more than how are you, unless they asked me. And so it definitely felt uncomfortable and it felt not authentic. And so, but it just took some practice. But remember that the point of meeting as many people as you can is because each person knows hundreds of people. And so you really want to stand out, which actually isn't that hard. I used to think, wow, how are these people so friendly and so amazing? But then once you actually set your intention to do it and get out there and do it, it's actually not so hard or so bad. But I mean, just think about where you go. Who stands out? To me, it's the people who walk in a room and introduce themselves to everybody, who talk to everybody, who say goodbye to everybody when leaving. And for me, personally, I don't see that many people who do it. Or it's the people who are genuinely interested in wanting to get to know you more, right? I feel like, we're humans and we like to talk about ourselves. So we often, that's what we do. And um, people who remember names, people who remember details and ask about it or reach out. So I feel like all of those little things, for me, that's what makes people stand out. And so that's really what I'm working on being as I'm meeting people. So this, your thought about this might be, I know sometimes it pops up in my head, is that getting out and meeting people, that's going to take a long time. But that's just a thought. And I really like to think about the compound effect of, okay, if I get out and I meet a new person every single day or make an impact on a person every single day for a year, that's 365 new people who I've met. And so many of those are probably going to be people who I build relationships with, and if I'm making an impact on them, then they're going to be telling their other people, and my network is just going to grow a ton. So think of everywhere you go. I heard one lady say this because networking events are a great place to go, right? You're meeting tons of people, um, but you can also think of everywhere you go as a networking event. So if you're going to the grocery store, people who you see in the aisles, you can even just smile, say hello, ask people how they are, ask how the grocery store clerk's day is going. Be the one to initiate the conversation. If you are walking into the grocery store, with confidence, then people are going to be attracted to that, and people might even ask you where to find things. They might think that you work there, which is a good thing. And if you're everywhere you go, think of it as, like I said before, a networking event. And if you're going to the same places about the same time of day, you're going to see the same people and over and over and over. And so if you haven't had the chance to, or if it didn't come up naturally to tell them that you're a VIP kid teacher, then the more that they see you, the more that it might come up. Or yeah, I see people all the time who make friends so easily. They make them at the stores, at the restaurants, which is something that I'm working on. It's easier for me to make friends at a park or at a place where I take kids, because that's where I take my daughter, and then she makes friends with people, with other kids, which then they want to be friends. So then I have that communication with the parents and become friends with them as well. But a great way to think about it is to, for me, it's very helpful to think of wherever I go that everyone is my client. So when I am at work, or right when I was teaching in a brick and mortar school, and I thought of these parents like my clients, people who I'm helping, like I greet them first. I ask them how they're doing. I treat them very well. And so if every person you run into, you think that, oh, this is my client, you're smiling at them, you might say something to them, you let them go first, you hold the door open for them, right? You're making an impact on them. So to me, that's helpful to think of it in that way. And then I'm not having an expectation back from them, because I find that sometimes as I'm going out and meeting people, I start to have this expectation of, oh, I said hello, how are you? I tried to engage in conversation, I smiled, and I was super friendly, and they just kind of grumbled at me, right? So I kind of have to work on changing my mindset about that. But some other ideas of places to go, like I mentioned before, grocery store, networking events, the gyms, taking classes at the gym, or just going and working out, meetups on meetup.com, parks, play dates, dinners, anything that you get invited to, say yes. Going on a walk and seeing people hiking, just, I mean, going out anywhere, right? You can meet people. Another great way to meet people is online. And so really be present on your own Facebook page by commenting and liking your friends' posts, but authentically, right? And wishing people happy birthdays, sending them messages, joining groups with like-minded people. So if you are into fitness, joining fitness groups, something that's easy for you to comment, add value, um, give your expertise and knowledge, and just to really stand out and really, like I said, make this an intention of just meeting people. I know sometimes I can get it caught in my head of, oh, I'm meeting people because I want to refer them. But when I do that, then I just come off creepy and weird, and nobody wants to talk to me. But when I go with the intention of just meeting people, people are asking for my numbers, connecting on Facebook, coming up to me and asking me if I'm a VIP kid teacher. So it just really, the intention, I find, makes a big difference. Another place online, or a good place I have found, is to join the networking groups on Facebook. I had originally started with different business groups, which I found there were a lot of things that seemed kind of scammy posted, or people were just solely posting about their businesses, or if somebody asked about something, then it was like, one fish dropped with lots of sharks, and everybody just kind of attacked. But I mean, that's also a good place where you could really stand out and be different, because if everybody else is posting about selling in their business, and you're just posting about trying to get to meet people, then people might be attracted to you, and you would really stand out. So that could be a good thing. But I have found that the networking groups on Facebook, at least the ones that I have joined and found, seem to really be more about meeting people. And if they are there to just sell, then they seem to do it in a different way, as to where they seem to try to get to know you first. And but again, this is where you get to stand out and just meet people. So choose what works best for you, whether it's online or meeting people in person. And if you're able to do both, then that's just going to increase the amount of people who you meet. And like I've said a couple times already, just really working on standing out, smiling, offer to help people, take grocery, or offer to help people with taking their groceries to their car, or they're taking their cart back, or opening the door, or any little way that you see people that you can help. And again, I love to help people and do that. And then after so many times, sometimes I start feeling like, okay, when are people going to come to me? Um, what am I going to get out of this? I do love to help people, right? But then sometimes I feel like, okay, but people aren't helping me too. And so just working on changing my mindset of, no, this is the person who I want to become. I want to become a person who helps people without expectations. I want to become a person who who is stands out. And like I said, it could be this, if this is new to you, it probably is going to feel very uncomfortable in the beginning. And you might say weird things or something that you didn't mean to, and learn from it, be okay with it, and move on. And like I've said a couple of times already, the intention is to just meet people. Um, and I would encourage you that if this is something you decide to do, to stick with it and keep going until it works, and not to give up after 2 weeks. I know, after my first 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, is this really going to work? And then I had a couple people reach out to me, and I was like, okay, it will work. And then continuing to remind myself of the compound effect of, okay, the more people that I talk to, the more people who I'm going to meet, versus thinking about, okay, if I just am sitting on my couch doing nothing, who's going to come to me? Nobody. So, I mean, and there's just think about, like, by doing all of this, the person that you will grow and become, we will all grow and become better people. We'll make the world a better place. Hopefully, we'll rub off on other people as well. And some thoughts to think. I just want to offer you some thoughts, because if we truly believe that there are people referrals out there, then we're going to go out there and we're going to get out there, right? So think about, so some things to think. Referrals are anywhere and everywhere. Referrals come to me. I am valuable. People want what I have to offer. People are waiting for me. So if I really believe that people are waiting for me, then I'm going to go out. If my plan is to go to the library and I believe that somebody's out there waiting for me, then I'm going to go out there. And so there might be that person who's waiting for me, and we have a conversation, and it doesn't seem like it's gone anywhere, but I've planted a seed, right? So think about that too, of the day we plant the seed is not the day we eat the fruit. So get out there, plant seeds. If these thoughts are not feeling believable to you, like there are thoughts that I've been working on believing as well. And so I find it easier to add, I'm becoming a person who believes, or I'm learning to believe. So I'm learning to believe that referrals are anywhere and everywhere. I'm learning to believe that referrals come to me. I'm learning to believe that there are 10 referrals out there waiting for me, or whatever, however many are you want to believe that are waiting for you. I believe that there are 100 referrals out there waiting for me, thousands of referrals, waiting for me. And so if you really truly believe that, imagine how you would feel. You would feel probably feel motivated, and then imagine the action that you would take if you know that people are out there waiting for you. You're going to get out there and you're going to talk to people, and you're going to know that they're waiting for you and they want you to find them, and that you might get through a lot of no's or a lot of grumbles before you find them. So I hope that you found this helpful. Our next video will dive deeper into um, telling people that you are a VIP Kid teacher. No need to wait for the next video. Like I've said before in the last video, the best way to learn is by getting out and doing it and seeing what works, being willing to make mistakes or to do things maybe a way that you don't want to at first, but then learning from it. Oh, this doesn't work. This doesn't feel right for me. This isn't how I like to do it. And then change it up, right? That's what's great about the meetups is, eh, or I mean, you can think of it anywhere as like a meetup, but like the meetups, the speed meetups, you get lots of practice and can learn quickly of how to say things, how not to say things, but willing to just mess up in front of people. It's okay, right? All right. Well, have a great, wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.